Talk with Rajon.
Yeah. 1 2 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Talk with Rajon. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, and I appreciate that. Here on Real Talk, everything is debatable, so on any given week, we could be discussing anything from sports to music to politics. You name it, we'll discuss it. For those who are new to the show, I break my show down into sections. The first part of the show is current events and topics. The second segment of my show is the relationship/family segment, followed by the audience question and answer segment. If you'd like to call in during the show or after the show to leave questions, comments, gripes, whatever, the number to call in is 843-900-6847. That's 843-900-6847. We're going to get right into it. By the way, shout out to Sean June. Sean June on the track, man. Thank you so much for Sean for giving me this track. I really appreciate it, man. I asked him for some music. He's only 16 years old. So if you like this track, reach out to Sean June. He's quite nice. Yeah, man. Let's do it. All right, let's get it in. So I want to start out with my cheers section. Let me get my, where's my applause? Dang, I didn't add applause. I'm supposed to have applause in my thing, but I didn't add it in yet. But I want to start out with a special cheers section. My cheers section, just so you know, is really getting started on a high note, right? There are people doing great, amazing work in the world that I want to make sure that we don't take all of our time, focusing our time and energy on the negative. We do not want to focus our time and energy on negative things or negative circumstances. So we want to start out by acknowledging the great things that are happening. Let me see. Okay. So the first cheers I want to send out to former Florida State University football player, Myron Rolle, who actually just was named he just received a neurosurgeon residency at Harvard University. Harvard University. Put that right here so you guys can see it. That's really amazing. I'll read the article to you guys. It says as follows. Sorry, yes, continue. Why is it moving so slow? So former FSU star Myron Rolle lands neurosurgery residency at Harvard. Student athlete is a term the NCAA insists to be applied to everyone participating in college sports, no matter where academics rank among their priorities. Few have been more worthy of the moniker than Myron Rolle. The former Florida State University safety learned Friday that he has been accepted for a neurosurgery residency at Harvard Medical School and Massachusetts General Hospital. The next step on the path he had planned out even before stepping away from the NFL to enter medical school. So for those who don't know, Myron Rolle was actually a Rhodes Scholar while in college. And he was actually doubted. The NFL teams did not want to draft him because they doubted his commitment to the game of football. Man, when I tell you, like, that is super dope, like, that's super, super dope. And I'm going to tell you why. Because people want to pigeonhole these guys into being one thing. You can only be one thing. Either you're going to love football with all your heart, or either you're going to focus all your attention on athletics and ignore the academics, or you can just leave football alone. I mean, that's what they gave him. And despite that, he found a way to persevere, seek his not only get his bachelor's degree, but also his master's degree, working on his PhD, and now he's a neurosurgeon residency at Harvard. Shout out to him and shout out to everybody. And I think that's a message that we really need to send out to our kids these days, that don't let people limit you. Do not let people place their limits on you, because they often will. They'll tell you what you can and you can't do because of what they were or were not able to do, right? People tell you, well, you can't make it out your hood because nobody else can make it out your hood. You can make it out. Like, come on, man. Like, that's just dope. That's just dope. I love that. Keep going, Myron. Keep going, Myron. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody stop you. Let me see. You having problems? Oh, we're good. Hopefully we're good. Hopefully y'all can see me. It looks like I'm having some issues on the streaming thing, but it looks like y'all are still here, so I guess I'm fine. But thank you guys. Second shout out is gonna go to Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, man, listen. When I tell you that Tyler Perry is doing it for the culture, when I tell you, I've probably been one of the biggest proponents of. I'm probably one of the biggest anti Tyler Perry people that there can be. Like I probably have been. I want to like stand on every mountaintop and applaud this man for the great things that he's doing. Tyler Perry, just for those who don't know, Tyler Perry just opened up the largest movie studio in the United States of America. I'm going to read you the article. I just posted it. So once homeless, Tyler Perry now helms one of the largest movie studios in the U.S. Tyler Perry officially christened his massive new film studio Saturday, beaming as his fellow entertainment industry luminaries descended on Atlanta and strode a red carpet to his sprawling complex for an opening gala. The attendees warmly greeted Perry, a man who had once been homeless and is now helmed his own studio, one of the nation's largest. That's amazing. Oprah Winfrey praised Perry and told the AP that the new studio head is a force to be reckoned with. He didn't wait for people to validate or to say he should go this way or that way. He said, I'm going to create my own way. And as we can see here, he's become a force for himself. That's just wow, man. Like wow. Studio has more than 12 sound stages, each named after seminal black actors, excuse me, and actresses. Like, I don't know what other accolades to shower on this man for his great work, for his dedication to his craft, for his willingness to put himself out there through to pursue his passion. It should be a message to all of us. Isaac, can you give me some water? That should be a message to all of us that anything is possible. So cheers to Tyler Perry. Cheers to Tyler Perry for making the great things happen. It's really dope. I love that. I think my final cheers. I had two more cheers. Simone Biles won again. Simone Biles won again. Like, she just broke the record for the most medals of any kind. Most medals of any kind in Olympic and world gymnastics history. Let me pull up the article. That's so dope. Sorry, article. Normally I would have these queued up, but like I said, I just walked in the house. It looks like there's issues on the feed though. I'm sorry. If there are issues on the feed, I will upload the cleaner video so you guys can watch it. I do apologize for any issues that there may be with the video. I'm still trying to figure out the technological aspect of this. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Where's that article? Simone Biles sets all-time record at World Championships. I'm going to read it to you from Mail Online. What are you doing? Yeah, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Let's see. So the article says, Simone Biles sets new all-time record for medals at World Championships after winning her 24th title in... Simone Biles sets new all-time record for medals at World Championships after winning her 24th... What's up, Tamika? 24th title in balance beam competition. Simone Biles broke the all-time record for most medals by any gymnast and at the World Championships by winning the balance beam competition Sunday. It's the 24th championship medal for Biles, breaking a tie on 23 with the Belarusian men's gymnast Vitaly Sherbo. Biles scored the 15.066 on the beam after a near-flawless routine, opting for a simpler dismount than the double-double she performed earlier in the championships. Like, the girl's she's making her own moves. She's breaking the rules. She's just doing it. If that ain't black girl magic, I don't know what it is. That's all I'm gonna say with that. If it's not, then you tell me what it is, because she's killing it. She's dominating. She is dominating. in a way that we haven't seen yet. Honestly, we have not seen what she is in any way, shape, form, or fashion. We have not seen it, and I dare say, we're probably it's gonna be if we see it ever again, if we ever see it again, it'll be a really long time before we do, because it's been a long time before we actually got to see this. So shout out to Simone Biles, shout out to her family, shout out to her support system. It's really great to see things like that happening. For those who are new to the show, this is Real Talk with Rajon. Thank you so much for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I am your host, Rajon Lewis. So now that we've gotten that out the way, let's talk about some other topics. Got a what? What other person? I did. Coco Gauff. Shout out to Coco Gauff. She finally won a WTA event. My son's keeping me on track. Coco Gauff is finally won her. Finally, she is now the second youngest person ever to win a WTA championship. So shout out to Coco Gauff. The girls are doing it, man. Shout out to Black Girl Magic. Just making us proud all over the world. Doing great things, and that's just going to continue with the things that she does. That young lady seems to be on a trajectory to do some amazing things. So let's get into some topics. Let's talk about our topics. Let's talk about our topics of the day. So the first topic that I wanted to go over, that's not a cheers in my cheers segment, is this one. So this article says that Chick-fil-A has the slowest drive-through of any fast food. Now, so fast food drive-thrus got 20 seconds slower in 2019. I'll read a little bit of the article for you, and then we'll talk about it. So it says convenience is costing us more and more time in the fast food drive-thru lane. The average wait time from the speaker to order window has increased by 20 seconds in 2019, according to the fast food industry publication QSR. I just shared the article. Of the 10 fast food chains that QSR visited, Chick-fil-A was the slowest with an average of 322.98 seconds, or about 5 minutes and 23 seconds. The lengthy wait come even as the company has started using iPads for taking orders and expanded to double drive-thrus. So let's talk about this. I want to talk about this, and I want to come at it from this angle right here. And I'm sharing this out so you guys can see. Chick-fil-A has the slowest drive-through. That should be interesting to people. All right, so according to this site, QSR, Chick-fil-A has the slowest drive-through in the nation. They said they visited 10 places, and Chick-fil-A had the slowest drive-through. Now, I don't know what city they were in. And I don't know, but I can tell you that that's a really wrong. That's a really wrong number. And I'm going to tell you why it's a really wrong number. Because not only when you go to Chick-fil-A, you'll get your food fast, but you get it with a smile, which is really, really dope, which means that even if it takes a little bit longer to get it, you're so happy to get it. Also, it makes me wonder this. Have they visited a McDonald's? Have they been to Burger King? Have they visited a Popeye's Chicken? KFC? Zaxby's? Wendy's? Any of these places? Because I've never, ever gotten in and out of any of those places faster than I've gotten in and out of Chick-fil-A. And especially without having to turn around and go back and say, my order's not right. Can I speak to your manager? Your attitude's horrible. All these different things that, for some reason, don't happen at Chick-fil-A. And I don't understand what it's going to take for these people to catch up to Chick-fil-A. But I just want to say that these people who are writing this article, I don't know what their I don't know what stores they went to. I would be interested in visiting these stores that they say have faster food than Chick-fil-A. It did say that the one that had the fastest was Dunkin' Donuts, and I mean, what do you order at Dunkin' Donuts? I mean, to put donuts in a bag, like you don't have to like. What do you have to do at Dunkin' Donuts? Okay, they ask for a coffee. Y'all aren't making, they're not making specialized coffees, so they have to get either caffeinated or decaf, and then they put the donuts in the bag. How long should that take? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what their metrics are. I'm really confused by that. But hey, if that's what they're saying, if that's what research says, like I don't know what what they're expecting out of that. So with that in mind, we're just gonna pray for them, because apparently they're letting the devil use them. They're letting the enemy use them for evil, and that's not cool. um, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. That's just crazy though. They do make special coffees. Girl, stop. They don't make no special coffees. Ain't nothing special about their coffee. Okay, next article we're gonna talk about. So, again, this is the topic section. The first section of my show is always, it's always gonna be cheers. We're shouting out people doing great things, and then we have the cheers section. In the cheers section, I'm just blocking stuff like all day. Like this thing is just making me block things. After the cheers section is the topic, so we're into the topic section, and we're gonna move on to entertainment. Move on to entertainment. Disney, according to this article, Disney is opening a Marvel-themed Avengers campus park in 2020. Here's everything that we know so far. On Friday, Disney confirmed that they will be debuting an entire Marvel-themed area of its park, and announced it will be called Avengers Campus. The park is set to open in the summer of 2020, and this news comes from inside the D23 Expo, a yearly showcase about Disney parks news. The section of the park is an extension of the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower ride that was launched back in 2017. It will take up parts of the now defunct A Bug's Land. Disney Parks held a presentation Sunday revealing more about the Avengers Campus. You can see concept art and read about the upcoming Spider-Man ride here. So the major thing about this is that, and I guess this is coming to the California campus. This is not coming to the to Disney World in Orlando. Now, this is kind of funny because Universal just lost the rights to the Avengers and to Marvel. So because that is the case, that is why this theme park is going to be interesting. I'm also interested in seeing if they end up turning any of the rides that they had at Universal Studios into Disney rides. For example, my favorite ride at Universal Studios Park is the Incredible Hulk, which, as we know, is Marvel, because they used to have Marvel Land at Universal Studios. I'm wondering if they're going to make Incredible Hulk ride at the Disney park. I'm interested in seeing how that works out. I'm not a Disney person. I don't like Disney World. I don't like going to Disney World. I don't like talking about Disney World, to be honest with you. But, they got the rights to it. I'm interested in seeing what they do with it. And I know people are interested in it, so I wanted to talk about it. In other news, again, if you guys have any comments, any questions, anything that you'd like to share, any thoughts about these things, please leave your comments. I'll be glad to read them online or after. Just respond if I need to. And I know it may seem like I'm rushing through topics. I hope it doesn't seem like that. I am. I would like to give everything its due diligence. What is that? What are you linked to? That's weird. It's linked to something. What Wi-Fi is it on? Okay. All right, cool. Okay. All right. So in other news, moving forward. Hey, Charlize, how's it going? In other news, Beyonce and Adele have a song together. Beyonce and Adele have a song together, which is dope. Beyonce and Adele on a song together. So Adele and Beyonce have collaborated on a new song, according to One Republic frontman Ryan Tedder. In an interview with the New York radio station 20 to Z100, Tedder claims that the pop superstars both featured on the track, which is set to be released on One Republic's dude, absolutely. One Republic's forthcoming album, Human. Coldplay vocalist Chris Martin contributes a piano solo during the song. Tedder said he gave no further details, although some social media users have suggested that he was joking. Like, bruh, Beyonce and Adele on a song together could be really good or it could be really bad. I'm going to anticipate it being really good because when you get two talents of that magnitude, it's really hard to mess that up. Though we've heard the best of both worlds, so we know that people can mess things up that should be dope. But we'll see. Ryan Tedder would be a good person to make that collaboration though, because he has written for both Beyonce and Adele. So if that works out, I hope if that comes out, I'm gonna be interested in hearing it and hearing how it works out because I just love because good music is always dope. Always dope. Going good. Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I got a lot of pop-ups on my screen for some reason. I don't know why. In other news, keeping it rolling. Keeping it rolling. No thanks. Snoop Dogg. So apparently Kansas University decided to use Snoop Doggy Dogg for their pep rally. So before every like college year, when they have the brand new college basketball season coming up, they have like a big celebration, a big party of sorts, and they'll have like artists perform every year. Apparently, Kansas University decided to call on the services of Snoop Dogg. Now, I don't know if these people never heard of Snoop Dogg's music. Who's that? Hey, I'm gonna come back to you. I see Ricky. Snoop Dogg went to Kansas University to give a concert, a performance at the University of Kansas, and now they have to apologize. All right, it says the University of Kansas is apologizing after a performance by Snoop Dogg garnered mixed reviews from fans at Late Night in the Fog. This comes after the rapper brought out strippers, used a fake gun to shoot money with his face, and used profanity during the performance. What? So Snoop Dogg brought out strippers, and if you look at the video, these girls had on more clothes who are the strippers than the cheerleaders. They were more clothed than the cheerleaders. All right. Now they probably objected to the fact that Snoop Dogg brought out poles, which we'll get to that in a second. He used a fake gun to shoot money with his face at the crowd, and he used profanity during the performance, which again leads me to wonder: have you people actually heard of Snoop Dogg before? Like that's a train wreck. Have you not heard of Snoop Dogg? Have you not heard his music? Do you not know who this person is? Like, it does not take a rocket science. I'm sorry, Vera. It does not take a rocket scientist to realize who Snoop is. This is the guy that gave us the album Doggy Style. Like this is that guy. This is that guy. Anyway, I don't know what they expected. I'm sorry, Vera. Like I said, I'm having apparently technical difficulties. I do apologize for that. Static on your end. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me check this out. Are y'all still having static? All right, so I do realize that there are some problems. I'm sorry, but I will like I said put the cleaner version of this video out once I complete it. I do apologize for any technical difficulties that are happening during it, but I'm gonna try to push through and get through the show. If you can stick with me, I greatly appreciate it. If not, I will put a cleaner version of the video up online once I edit out the nonsense. Again, I do apologize for any issues that there may be. All right. Just moving forward. Yeah, but Snoop Dogg, man, like, come on, Kansas, like, do better. Either you need to do a better job of scouting the people that you're bringing in, or you need to be happy with whoever comes. Because Snoop Dogg has been around since I was a little kid, and since I was a little kid, Snoop Dogg has been cursing in every single song he's had. Snoop Dogg has talked about explicit material in women and talked about ladies being scantily clad and all those things since I was a kid. Like, this isn't new. This isn't something that should shock anybody who's ever done the due diligence of actually listening to Snoop Dogg's music. If you've ever heard his music, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple to figure out. All right. Um, that's crazy. Like, that's just crazy. Um, Ricky Walker, just come back to your question. Hey, is it easy to lose passion for music, or does it come and go, or will I get back to doing it again at some point? Ricky, this isn't really on the topic that I'm talking about, but I will tell you this: whatever it is that you want to do, man, do it. I mean, if you lost passion for it and you find something else that you're interested in doing, then pursue that. But you got to pursue your passion. Live the life that you love, and give yourself an opportunity to be the best person that you possibly can be in your situation, because nobody can do you better than you. But if you don't love it and you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you might as well go away from it. Maybe you step away from music and then realize, hey, I miss it. I want to go back to it. I can tell you, my first love was actually music. I've been singing my whole life. Since I was a little kid, I've been singing, and I don't sing as much as I used to, but I still find ways to get into the music game where I get my music fix. So, you got to do what you can do. Nobody can tell you. Nobody can tell you. Nobody should be telling you. You should be doing the music, or you shouldn't be doing music, or whatever. Like, if that's something that you want to do, go out and do it. There are people who will tell you, you shouldn't be 40 years old trying to become a rapper or whatever. If that's your passion, go for it, man. Just make sure that you are walking in the thing that you believe what's best for you and for your situation. And if anybody gets mad at you for that, they ain't really for you in the first place. Simple as that. Because nobody wants to die, knowing that they left the thing that they care about most in the back burner. So I hope I helped with your situation. I want to talk about something else. I'm going to move on to another topic. And again, this is Real Talk with Rajon. Thank you guys so much for joining me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me, and I appreciate that. For those who are new to the show, it's normally not this glitchy, so I do apologize for the glitches that are there. I will put up a cleaner version of this. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay. I'm still trying to figure out the technical situation here where I can not have these problems. But when you're trying to advance your materials, sometimes you end up having these issues. I may need to buy another computer. Who knows? Anyway, but moving forward, I want to talk about one more thing, and this is really a big topic. And this is one I haven't really had the chance to talk about yet. So I want to really do this right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up both of these articles as I'm thinking about it. All right. So the one big issue that has happened in the community, that has happened in the world, that I had not said anything about was Amber Geiger. Amber Geiger. The Gene Bolton case um, which for those who don't know, and I don't know if you've been under a rock or whatever, but um, Gene Botham was a man who lived in Dallas, Texas, and he was killed by an off-duty police officer who walked into his house, said she thought it was his house, thought it was her house, and shot him dead sitting on his couch. Now, she was found guilty of murder and was sentenced to 10 years in prison for fatally shooting an unarmed black neighbor that she mistakenly thought in what she thought was her apartment. Um, that was such a sad case. In and of itself, this young lady killed a person. Whether we think that she did it intentionally, and there was some foul play behind it, or we believe that it was a case of mistaken circumstances, mistaken identity. She was truly mistaken. Whatever the case may be, two people lost their lives. Botham Jean lost his life senselessly. And now this lady is going to jail for 10 years, and she's losing a good deal of her life behind bars. I saw a lot of backlash to the fact that his family, was so quick to say that they forgive the young lady for her mistake. I've seen people really upset about that. I've seen people say, that black people are so quick to forgive other people, but nobody forgives us when we mess up. I've heard that. I've heard that the family had no right to forgive anybody for this. I've heard that. And I say this. Who are you? Who are you to tell people what they have the right or right not to do? Who are you to tell people who they can and cannot forgive? Because you want to walk around not forgiving people does not mean that they have to live that way. People have to sleep at night. People have to sleep at night knowing that whatever they did was in their heart of hearts the right thing to do. And if what your belief system tells you says that you should forgive a person who commits wrongs against you or against your family, then you forgive that person. You forgive them because that's what's in your heart. That's what's in your heart. That's regardless of what's going on with this story. That young lady is going to jail. Whether you think that sentence was long enough or it wasn't long enough, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. She committed a crime. She was convicted of that crime. She's serving time for the crime that she committed. That family has to go to sleep at night. Hating that woman for the rest of their lives and treating her like trash will not bring back Botham Jean. It won't. Any more than when we have young men and young women in these streets get killed by people who look exactly like us. We can walk around hating those people, or we can decide, I'm not going to let hate dominate my heart, dominate my spirit. That takes a level of strength that a lot of us don't have. It takes a lot of strength that I don't even know if I had. I don't know if somebody killed my son, I'd be able to say, I forgive you. But what I would not do is if something would have happened to my son and my wife decided that she wanted to say, I forgive you to that person, I would not get mad at my wife. I would not get mad at anybody because I can't control anyone outside of myself. If I want to hold hate in my heart for the rest of my life, then that's completely up to me. If you want to hold hate in your heart for the rest of your life, that's completely up to you. But who are you to force your way of thinking onto somebody else and to assume that because you think that way that you're right? No amount of people agreeing or disagreeing with me will make my point any less right or wrong. Because they're all opinions at the end of the day. We all feel differently about different things, and we all have the right to. We all do. Now, spinning that story forward, the young man who actually testified in that case against Amber Geiger was killed. He was one of the key witnesses in that case. And I want to make sure I get his name right. I don't know what's going on my computer right now. It's really rough. This gentleman's name was Joshua Brown. Joshua Brown. And Joshua Brown was a key witness in the Amber Geiger trial. He was shot to death in Dallas. I'm going to read the article to you. It says, Botham Jean's neighbor, a key witness in the Amber Geiger trial, was shot to death in Dallas. He was shot and killed Friday evening at an apartment complex near Dallas Medical District, authorities said. Joshua Brown, a neighbor of Botham Jean and Geiger on the South Side Flats apartment, was slain about 10:30 in the 4600 block of Cedar Springs Road. Brown, 28, lived across the hall from Jean and testified about the night he was killed. A preliminary investigation shows Brown was shot in the back of the thigh, a government official said, on the condition of anonymity. Dallas prosecutor Jason Hermes, the lead investigator of the Geiger case, said that Brown stood up at a time. Saturday that Brown stood up at a time when others won't say what they know. He bravely came forward to testify when others wouldn't. If we had more people like this, we would have a better world. Now, let's spin that forward. Because after that, there was another article that came out, and I don't have that one, and I'm sorry. I need to pull that article up. Because now they're saying, and this is it's kind of odd. Now they're saying that Joshua Brown was gunned down in a drug deal gone bad. Joshua Brown was gunned down in a drug deal gone bad. So I want to ask y'all a few questions. And I am nobody's conspiracy theorist. I promise you I'm not. I promise you that I'm not. Hey guys, I'm live. Hey guys. So let's ask a few questions. First, I'm going to read the article, then I'm going to ask some questions, because that's important. So the article says, Dallas police announced that Joshua Brown, the witness who was shot dead after coincidentally testifying against convicted murderer Amber Geiger, and ex-cop Amber Geiger, was killed after a drug deal gone wrong. It says, as you know, there's a speculation and rumors that have been shared by community leaders claiming that Mr. Brown's death was related to the Amber Geiger trial and somehow Dallas Police Department was responsible. I assure you this is simply not true, said Assistant Chief Avery Moore of the Dallas PD during a press conference. However, the details he also shared about their investigation has been sparking nothing but side eyes. Moore said arrest warrants have been issued for Thaddeus Charles Green, Michael Diaz Mitchell, and Jacarius Mitchell. The police claim the aforementioned individuals intended to purchase drugs from Brown. So, this is what you're going to have us believe. This is what you're going to have us believe. You are going to have us believe that a person who is a drug dealer, is going to take the stand in a trial against a police officer. A nationally televised trial. And after testifying in said trial, goes to set up a drug deal in which he gets killed. Maybe they do drug dealing differently in Dallas than they do in Charleston, South Carolina. But I can't think of one drug dealer that I have known, current or in the past, who would testify at a trial that is nationally presented on television. I can't think of one. I cannot think of one drug dealer who would do that. Can you think of any drug dealers that are hopping at the opportunity to testify on live television against a police officer? Can you think of one? Somebody. What up, Shakim? Somebody. Tell me. Tell me about these drug dealers that y'all know that are willing to testify in a nationally televised trial against a police officer. Anybody? That's crazy. That's crazy. Again, I'm nobody's conspiracy theorist. I'm not the guy to tell you, Bigfoot exists or the Loch Ness Monster is real. I'm not here to tell you that, I won't even be the person to say that the system is set up to keep the black man down. Like, I'm not even that guy. But this is nuts. This is nuts. Do I think the police killed this man? I don't know. I can't say they didn't. It's also said that the young lady who came and took the pictures of the crime scene after, she's also been facing some kind of backlash. She hasn't been killed, but she's been silenced. So, if those two are the case, are the two biggest witnesses in that trial, something fishy is going on. Something fishy is going on. And I don't know what it is. I think time will tell the tale. The one thing about you'll find about me with these kinds of stories, man, the one thing you will find with me when it comes to these kinds of stories is I do not try to be the first person. I don't want to be first. I don't have to be first. I don't have to be the first person to talk about it. I don't need to be the first person to make a live video about it. I need to be the first person to comment on it because I always know that there's going to be more evidence that comes out later on that's going to make a difference in how the story is told. It's definitely going to make a difference in how the story is told. And I don't know, man. I don't know about this. This is fishy. You see me out. Unc, this is crazy. So R.I.P. to Botham Jean. R.I.P. to Joshua Brown. Whatever the circumstances are, I hope that the larger community finds out what really happened to this young man and there is justice for this young man. To those young men who are being arrested for killing that guy, I don't know why you did it. I just hope that I hope that we just stop killing each other. That'd be really dope if we could just stop killing each other. But the vast majority of crime that is done in the areas that you live with the people that you're familiar with. So we know that to be a statistical fact, and I think that's why it makes it so easy when we talk about conspiracies. That's why it makes it so easy for people to get away with these types of things, is because we do it to ourselves so often. But I can't say for sure that this one is a case of us doing it to ourselves. I can't say that. I cannot say that. Yeah. Tonight's been a really interesting show. It's been a really interesting show. Of my topics, I also just read a story tonight about a young lady who was killed by the police, another police officer. What was her name? I'm sorry. What's this lady's name? I'm sorry, but it scrolled across my phone. And there's another lady in Texas, I believe. If anybody has the person's name, please give me their name. Give me her name. I cannot remember her name for anything. But there's another young lady that was killed by a police officer in Texas, in her own home. In her own home. That's crazy. That people are not safe in their own homes. I guess I just gotta pray to God that nobody walks into my house and thinks that I'm not in my house and shoots me. Because that's terrible. Huh?
I said the last name is Jefferson.
Last name Jefferson. Miss Jefferson.
28.
She was 28 years old?
Yeah. Police opened her doors in her home at 2:25 a.m. I don't want to be on
Come on,
this
come on,
TV
come on,
show.
come on.
I'm
Sorry.
just reading it. I'm just reading it.
She's reading, come in, she's reading.
I'm not coming on.
On-site correspondence, Latoya Lewis.
Oh my gosh, guys. Hey, everyone. So the article has been posted by the Daily Mail. And I don't know how to pronounce her name. I believe it's Atiana Coquise Jefferson, 28. It just says that she was killed inside her home on Saturday. They arrived at her home after a neighborhood had reported seeing lights on and her front door open around 2:25 a.m. Body cam footage captured the moment the police arrived and investigated the perimeter before he saw a person standing near a window and fired his gun. She was fatally injured and died at the scene. So we are definitely praying for her family. It says that the community members are outraged over the shooting and are calling for police reform. This is also in the same location, like area, as the previously reported issues. So yeah, it says she was killed by an unidentified police officer that was also with the Fort Worth Police Department on Saturday morning.
Wow. So rest in peace to Miss Jefferson. Hopefully they get justice for Miss Jefferson. I guess that's terrible, man. Thank you, Vera. That's just terrible that we live in a world where that's something you have to worry about. It's terrible that we live in a world that that's something you have to worry about. Is and again, man, I always have to make a point of it to say this because there are amazing police officers who do amazing work in the world, and I congratulate you and I thank you guys for being as amazing as you are. But we cannot overlook the fact that there's some terrible things happening in the world. Those people are not representative of the men and women who largely want to do the right thing as far as policing our communities and making sure that we're safe from, harm and danger and keeping bad people off of us. But when we have that happening, like how is that okay? Like how is that something that people will continue to tell us that is okay? And we may not want to say it, but this is not happening to white people. It's not. And it makes me sad because I want my son to trust the police. I want my son, when he sees the police, I want him to see a friend. I want him to see a protector. I want him to see people who have his best interests at heart. But I can't tell my son that. I can not tell my daughter that. I have to tell him that you have to watch people. You have to watch everybody. And don't assume that just because somebody's a police officer that they're on your side. Because there's no guarantees that they are. Now, you may say that that's a reflection of the world. And it is a reflection of the world. I heard a saying once. It said, trust God. Everybody else, show me ID. I trust God, but everybody else, like y'all are suspect. And that's sad. It's sad that we live in a world that's like that. That you can't just trust the word of people. You can't just trust that because this person has a you can't trust that, this person with this badge is going to do the right thing by me. You should be able to. Just like I should be able to walk into a hospital and assume that the doctor is not going to try to kill me. I should be able to put trust in a doctor that if this doctor is going to operate on my body, that this doctor has my best interest at heart and they're not going to hurt me. You ever notice people like, oh, we have people with problems with people in uniform. Nobody hates the fire department. You ever heard somebody trying to F the fire department? Nobody says F the fire department. How about the paramedics? Do people hate the paramedics? Nope. Do people hate the Army? Nope. Do people hate the Marines? Nope. Well, some people hate the Marines. Do people hate the Air Force? Nope. Do you know why? Somebody that's out here killing people. Like, that's not cool. And even in small numbers, and the larger issue, and I've spoken about this before, is the fact that when it happens, police officers want you to completely overlook that. Like, they won't even mention it. They won't even talk about it. And when you talk about it, it's because you're anti-police. No, I'm not anti-police. I'm anti-people being killed for no reason. And if it's a police officer doing it, then yes, I'm anti that. But on a whole, I love police officers. I think police officers do great work. Shout out to all the awesome men and women in uniform who serve and protect us every day. I know so many great police officers who do great work. But they also wouldn't be killing people willy-nilly. They wouldn't. I just finished Malcolm Gladwell's Talking to Strangers book, and he talks about the Sandra Bland issue and how a breakdown in communication really led to her death in many ways. And if you want a good read, check that out. It's a really great book. But yeah, it's just R.I.P. to Miss Jefferson, R.I.P. to Mr. Brown, R.I.P. to Botham Jean, R.I.P. to Sandra Bland, R.I.P. to Michael Brown, R.I.P. to Trayvon Martin, R.I.P. to all these people who lost their lives senselessly. Not all to police officers. Eric Garner, Philando Castile, all these names, too many to be named. Too many to be named. It's sad. I'm sorry. With that being said, I want to go ahead and do my closing thoughts for this evening. I'm not going to do my Jewel of the Week this week. I want to do my parting thoughts this way. As you can see my shirt right here said, "She is my queen." So I'm dedicating today's show to my wife, Latoya Lewis, who is everything to me. How do I word this? So when me and my wife got together, I was not the person that you guys know today. I was not the person that could pull off something like Real Talk with Rajan. I was not the type of person that could have the reputation that I have in the community. Honestly, because I didn't know myself enough to love myself. She found me in a very special place where I was very vulnerable, and I didn't know where I was going or what I was doing, and she loved me anyway. She loved me anyway, and she made me feel like I could do anything. And she didn't do it by, gassing my head up. She just did it by being there. When I was messing up, when I was making mistakes, when I was not operating as my best self, she was still there. She still made a point of it to make me feel like the best man I could be was right there if I just kept fighting through it. And she loved me, and she loved me, and she loved me, and she loved me. And now here we are, 14 years later, married. And this weekend, Friday, she turned a beautiful 38 special years old. She is the most special woman on this earth. She's the most special woman in this world, and I owe her everything. And for those out there who may say, real love, it doesn't exist, it's not possible, it's not, something that exists anymore, real women don't exist, supportive women aren't out there, I would tell you that you're a lie. Because I've experienced it for myself, and I wouldn't give it up for anything or anybody. So, shout out to a real one, the best, the greatest of anything I could ever ask for. my wife, Latoya Lewis. I love you, baby. That's real talk. And with that being said, let's wrap this show up. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. Yeah. Sean June on the track. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. Reminder that the show is now split into 2 parts. On Wednesdays at 7 p.m., I interview my local celebrities. And on Sundays at 7 p.m. is my normal live show. This week's local celebrity spotlight is actually going to shine on Miss Edelina Smith as well as Mr. Amari President. Tune in as we discuss what they're doing in the community and how they can help you. If you're doing something in the community that you would like to get a light shine on, please reach out to me at the Real Talk lines. That's 843-900-6847, 843-900-6847, or at realtalkwithrajon@gmail.com. And we can discuss getting you on the show. If you'd like to be made aware of when I go live, because sometimes it is unscheduled, please be sure to click on the follow tab on the page and turn on the notification so that you will be made known when something new has been posted to the page. In the meantime, please follow me on social media to stay up to date on what's happening on Real Talk with Rajon. On Twitter, I am at Real Talk Rajon. On Facebook, I am at Real Talk with Rajon. On YouTube, subscribe to me on YouTube. That's Real Talk with Rajon. On Periscope, I am at Real Talk Rajon. And on Instagram, I am at Real Talk Rajon. Please feel free to leave comments, questions, and whatever else you'd like to say in the comment section or the message section. I love reading your messages and getting the feedback, even if it's negative. If you love this show, say, hey, Rajon, I watched the show. I love the show, and here's why. If you watched and you hate it, hey, Rajon, I watched the show. I hated it. You need to do better. Here's how. I am currently accepting invitations for speaking engagements and event hosting opportunities. If you would like if you'd like for me to speak at or host your event, you can request me through my Facebook page or you can email me at Real Talk with Rajon. I do have several speaking engagements coming up in the next month. I know November 1st, October 23rd, I'm helping with an event. November 1st, I'm speaking at North Charleston High School. November 4th, I'm speaking at Moultrie Middle School. November 9th, I'm speaking on a panel with Samuel Bellamy at an event, which is a panel discussion about the movie 13th. December 22nd, I'm hosting On December 22nd, I'm hosting a cancer benefit show in Charlotte. And a few other things. Huh? What website?
Stay tuned for the website for more updates.
Also, if you want information about me or what I'm doing, you can go to my website for more updates. I do not know the name of it, but I will put it in the comment section because it's a really long website name. Yeah. And in closing, thank y'all again, man. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I am so sorry for the technical difficulties. But always remember, God is everything, and without him, we are nothing. So never forget where your help comes from. And if a man doesn't stand for something, he will fall for anything. Now that is real talk. I will see y'all on Wednesday. Peace.